Sailor fine.
Hurrah for the Deadfire lines!
No Deadfire routes, they make good time.
Tell me away, hey, hoorah, yeah!
With a clear white space and an inlet's fine.
Hurrah for the Deadfire lines!
Oh, they're the lines where you can shine.
Tell me away, hey, hoorah, yeah!
Oh, they're the lines where simply blind.
Hurrah for the Deadfire lines!
Just take a trip to Port Margit.
Tell me away, hey, hoorah, yeah!
Leave it to me.
So, we're back. Did you miss us? About that. Something happened out there, and it's got me all turned around. I didn't exactly deliver a missive. That parchment was meant for me, and I delayed opening it as long as I could. Atsura gave me a name and a location. That was all. When you're a sharpshooter by trade and your boss doesn't offer clarification, you learn to arrive at your own conclusions. The rub of it is, my target wasn't some ship's captain or an ogre swinging a fence post. He was the Ranga of a Huana tribe. The village was beachside. No sign of foreign occupation. I might have been the first outsider to make land in quite a while. They were just simple folk going about their lives. Couldn't have been more than 50 of them. Their Ranga, though? He had a voice that carried, that echoed in the hearts of his people. He was my target. You can guess what happened next. I picked a spot and a time of day. Morning, west-facing, plenty of tree cover. The light was in my favor. The winds were low. He left his hut, mussed his kid's hair, and set off for the beach on the other side of the island, checking lobster traps. Ishi followed him overhead, and I followed him with my sights, holding my breath. And then I stopped. I pictured all those captains I'd riddled with holes and wondered, is this... No, I killed him all right. I shot him in the back of the head. He was a corpse before he hit the ground. It took a while for his kin to find him, but only seconds to figure out that he didn't die of a weak heart. This tribe surprised me. They acted like I kicked over their anthill. They got mad. They got to work. The old Ranga went onto a pyre, and the new one snapped into place. She took up the call for unity while the embers were still warm. Acted like I hadn't just killed her boss for doing the same thing. I completed my mission. I leave Atsura to worry about whether or not it was a success. If you don't mind, I need to let this brew in my head for a while and see what bubbles up. Thanks for letting me unload in the meantime. We should talk to Atsura. He'll want to know that I've done as he asked. I've got some answers.
What say, my friend? What indeed? I say I am of two minds. For what did the tribes give Ngati's chosen all the praise and education if I give them nothing in return? But to shackle my hopes as an artist to such a heavy responsibility. It is stifling, I say. Finding the Covenant could bring the Huana closer to the gods and the ways of the past. I must decide if this is best.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
Your orders, Captain? Try not... Wonderful.
tired of these.
Too tall.
Can't make a dent. That's how it's done.
You have to be stopped.
I thought we were friends.
Still have some fight left in me.
Should have rhymed. That's how it's done.
With this illness, me too.
I don't think I can pull that off.
Just like that.
You're something special.
Too tall.
Hey, whose side are you on?
That hardly seems fair.
You're mine!
Gelarde, such a solace it is to see you again. Amico, do you know how I have lived so long in this life of piracy? It is not by blabbing all of my secrets to anyone who asks. Come, let us share a fine conversation. Perhaps you were able to learn of our Rivan's whereabouts, of where her spectral ship oft anchors. I can summon to mind no island with such name. Likely it hides now behind another. I will charge my best chroniclers to track our isle through the centuries. I believe you're becoming an invaluable asset to the Principe, and I deeply value each of my assets. You must accept this token of my immense appreciation. A matter of a rather delicate nature has arisen. One which I believe could benefit from your, let us say, a favor that necessitates a great deal of discretion. See to this for me, and I will weight you with a considerable amount of coin. A wealthy and influential man. What more do you need to know? My associate conducts dealings with a group of traders of a sort. The traders are having a bit of trouble with their newest stock. It involves something of a sensitive topic among the Principi. I'll explain further once I can trust your first. Swear it. I have your word on pain of death, amico. Go on. Then you're to head to Crookspur Island, where you'll meet with Master Kua. He runs the biggest slavers' port in the Deadfire. However, they've run afoul of the locals. So now, their trade routes are under constant ambush.
Excellent goddamned question.
No, it is my opinion of...
Since when be the fucking laws of Kith of any goddamn concern of the likes of us? Excellent goddamned
No. It is my opinion on the trade is of little matter.
Since when be the fucking laws of kith of any...
I understand you may harbor some hesitation in this regard. When you get there, speak with Master Kua. Tell him I've sent you, and he'll fill you in on what he needs.
Need a hand?
Can do. You have my ear, Casita.
All this chasing after Aethys, it's brought back memories of the Saints' War. Just how scared everyone was, mostly. Everybody put on a brave face, made all these claims about what they'd do when they met a god in battle. There was no sadder sight than a group of us talking big, trying to outdo one another. Even the fella that led us, he used to say he knew all these different ways you could kill a god, if you were so inclined. Of course, at night he'd grind his teeth so hard it sounded like he was chewing rocks, in case you were curious if he really had it in him. See, when you say it, I'm more inclined to believe it. Or at least to believe you believe it. Point being, the prospect of facing a god makes cowards of most all of us. Now, here I am again, on my way to meet Aethys. Some ways I feel the same. Edgy, sick in my gut. But, might be because of you. Reckon I haven't. You could have let it all end back at Cadnua, or even Gilded Vale. But you're still going, even knowing where we're headed. Haven't forgot who you are. Maybe you're not the most genuine of souls, but you've been in the right when it's mattered. At least the way I see it. There's part of me thinks we aren't gonna make it out of this. When I get to thinking like that, it helps to remember how you've held together. What do you think? We gonna survive all this? I'll take that over the alternative. And I've been learning to give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I go back and forth myself. Every time we see one of those big footprints, it reminds me not to get too excited. There's a good chance we die out here, halfway across the world from anywhere I ever called home. But if I can face it like you, maybe it doesn't matter. I mean it. Don't know where I'd be right now if you hadn't come through Gilded Vale that day. There's something else I wanted to ask you. It's about a Lava's boy. Well, I was thinking. He's out there, all on his own. Didn't seem like there was anyone even noticed he left to join that cult. I expect if he's left as he is, could be things don't end well for him. I thought, maybe when we're done with all this, if we make it out, I was thinking maybe I should go back there. See if there's something to be done. You got any thoughts on that? Yeah, I don't think I'd feel right if all I did was to leave him the same way I found him. I guess I might be staying in Deadfire a little longer than I thought. Anyway, time being, we got our work cut out for us. I'll tell you what, though. I'm not one for big promises. But I'm gonna beat up as many people and monsters as it takes to get you your life back. You got my word on that. Serafen, thought we agreed you'd stay out of my head.
I weren't in your head, lad. You think like an ogre snores. Would be a fool and a half not to make sure them thoughts ain't full up of trouble.
What do you think you're gonna find?
Nothing
good word,
particular,
Scuttler?
just,
He's well scuttled then. Blimey, you're keen at this. There's more work in your future. Just give me the usuals. You'll be scuttling a Valian captain next. Rock Stomper Rodul is a mountain dwarf with a penchant for sinking freedom lovers. So you'll be doing me a personal favour scuttling his craft. I've no doubt you'll deliver on your word. Rodul commands the galleon Goat's Horn.
just say the...
I'm on it.
Ah.
Something I can do?
Ahoy.
Tell me.
Puny. Too puny to join my crew. Go away. Be gone. Scram. As I said, I seek bodies for a crew. And no, you cannot join. It is kind of you to announce yourself to me, bounty hunter. It...
You better run! God, they needed me.
Just like...
No good to me. Better try something else. Be safe.
Just like...
Quick! Something else. Oh, that must have hurt. Very... Just care with your aim.
I need to try something.
Worse than rough.
No use. I cannot.
Too tall.
Worse than rough.
Off to battle.
You're mine! How do you like that?
Yes, I need to try something else.
You be right,
I cannot
screwed.
get through.
There's You're mine! Everything hurts, savvy?
That.
Everything rolls in
This thing isn't doing the job.
Seeing you soon. This is quite well.
This does not work.
Little fuzzballs checked out.
Just like
So good.
Luthen! Death to our enemy!
I hope nobody saw that. Better try something else.
Don't count me out! You're mine! This fight...
Worth and rough!
Behold me, mother! Party diminishes.
Not a problem. What do you need?
¿Qué?
Puny. Too puny to go away. Be gone. Scram. As I said, I seek bodies for a crew. And it is kind of you to announce yourself to me, bounty hunter. It will be just as kind of you to die by my hand.
Slipped in the air.
Of course.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Maldito. You could try something else.
This does not work.
Sorry, Frank. I can't.
Wait, I see something else.
There's a treat.
This fight is mine.
This weapon's no good to me.
This will not do!
Just say.
Perfecto! It is no use. I cannot get through.
Death to our enemies! That must hurt.
Perfecto!
Done and done.
Tekehu, do you truly believe Ondra cares for you?
Makara? She cherishes all her children.
Perhaps like a child cherishes a doll for a time before she casts it aside for another.
I welcome your return. So, the puffed-up little charlatan is gone for good. Well, that's one down. Just 3 left to go. If finally the lady falls, you already have my gratitude. Now take my coin. Torkar, the tactician. Big, ogre-shaped, makes his home in Dunnage. He shouldn't be too hard to find. Katren, the firebrand's wizard. Last I heard, she was spending her time in the sacred stair in Neketaka. I hope Katren put on a good show for you before the end. There's just the one crew member left now. I'd say it's a shame to have lost such a brilliant mind, but Torkar didn't give you any choice. You've put to bed the last of the Firebrand's crew, my friend. which was more than I ever could have hoped for. Danaea was a wild girl from the day she was born. She came out of the womb yelling loud enough to make your ears bleed. And she never really stopped. She chased a bad end like a winter-starved wolf chases the first fat deer calf of spring. It was only a matter of time before she caught it. But dead is dead, and reminiscing with you won't bring her back.
Done and done.
If it's a drink you're wanting, I got enough grog stock to drown a shark. Food's another story. What are you having? I'll pour you a double. No one survives the floating hangman.
Are you ready to meet our commander? Aldi's has been waiting for you. Right this way, Captain.
Quit?
Need a hand?
Quit? Tell me.
I don't actually drink out of the skulls. I just turned them into cups for decoration. But what can I do, you lovesome? I've got a problem, Watcher. And I think you're just the captain to solve it. Me and Ferrante don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Not least of which is the future of the Principe. We got few rules amongst us new bloods. But one of them is that you live free. We steal and we might murder, but if you pledge to us, you're our blood, our family. Now, if I were to act in direct opposition to Ferrante, he'd use it to call a vote of the Council of Captains. He'd see me swinging by the neck. Which means if you were to, perchance, free the slaves at Crookspur, Ferrante couldn't do piss all about it. No, I'm asking you to sail to Crookspur to meet with one of mine. She's hiding within their midst, and will have insider information on the slavers. I know they base their operations in the Deadfire out of Crookspur. I know they're small but ruthless, and they've run into problems shipping around the islands. She'll find you, lovesome. You'll know her by her scar. It's a ghastly sight. I've only suppositions to offer you, Loveson. But I'd bet my swollenette Ferrante is attempting to gain standing with someone other than the slavers. Aiding the slavers is small fry for a captain like Ferrante. It wouldn't pay well enough to be worth the investment. No, he's got ulterior motives, mark my words. Find me when you've freed those slaves. I'll make it worth your while, Captain. Got something for me, Dove? I'm all ears. I've only suppositions to offer you. Aiding this... No, you can bet I'll be looking into Ferrante's possible business and political associations further. With Nekataka? But why there, Lovesome? Well, go on then. I'm sure you've heard our saying. Share and share, as is the law of the coast. You suppose Lucia's turning undead had to do with her being a paladin, whose sworn duty was interrupted with her death? I always did like untangling the threads of history. It's like puzzling out an encoded treasure map. Only to reap these spoils, we've to uncover the mysteries of the past. Give me time, and I'll find the means to deal with Lucia. Then we'll be one fathom closer to commandeering the floating hangman. As you wish, Dove.
Of course.
Consider it done. Why my eyes be open?
Welcome one and welcome all! Buy me a bottle and I'll be your finest loving pal. Looking to share more tipple and conversation? I'm happy enough to oblige. Quieter than usual. Guess I'd be you to blame for that. Bleed my guts if it wasn't worth it, though. Don't suppose you're looking for another Sodom on that boat of yours? Wait, really?
Sure about this, chap. Word's always been that Mercury fell out the womb 3 sheets soused.
Oh, stuff them sheets up your ballast hole, you sorty old furball. Aye, aye, Captain. See you aboard.
Tell me. At once.
Look who finally washed back up ashore.
Ahoy there, Siri.
Did I miss you? Oh, like a fish misses water, you gutless bastard. For the first few weeks, anyhow. Till it turned to confusion and worry. Ye said ye'd write every night, didn't ye? Then where were the birds or the boats with your poems and pages?
Siri, sweet honey heart. I scribbled you missives day and night. Declarations of passion, sonnets in songs.
Oh, I'm certain I should believe every word of that blarney. About as certain as I am that you're a snake-tongued philanderer worth little more than a tug in the rug.
I plundered you up a pair of fine, very fine, snakeskin boots, with that tooling you like round the cuffs and all. But the gentleman sprung a leak, and they ended up thoroughly sodden. Tell her, Cap.
Are ye meaning to tell me that you've not dropped anchor at Fort Deadlight in the last 8 months? Well, come to have a look at you. Can't say I've ever seen you before. This your captain then now? What happened to Ferrante?
Ferrante still be sailing the seas, right? It's the rain and twice as frigid. Just gave me a bit of furlough to engage myself in more personal pursuits. Such as an emerald-haired lass who ain't never once left my thoughts.
Now don't go thinking I've forgiven ye a lick, Serafen. I know you didn't come here looking for me, because if you had, you'd have come with a bottling without your sodding captain.
No, you ain't wrong, lass. Wish it weren't true, but it is.
Now, why don't you be telling me what you want so I can be shot of you for good?
Aye, lass. The captain's got an ask or two about Deadlight, but first, I need to know. You remember Romaro? Sailed with me on the Sorcerer.
Aye, I remember Romaro. You think I've gone wet in the head or something? Your words have always been as flowery for him as they were for me. It weren't so long ago he shipped out, come to think on it. Can't rightly say. Left in a hurry, I think. Or at least he were here one day and gone the next. Not that he ever mixed much with the sods here. Hard to starboard through the back door there, then straight on to the end of the hall. Don't think nobody's claimed his quarters since. Might be worth it to ye to poke around.
Give my thanks, lass. Truly. And many more besides.
Oh, keep it in your pantaloons, you randy swab. You had any other questions, Captain? Happy to oblige the person hauling this blue bastard away from Fort Deadlight. You don't know? That's so, I'm thinking it's not my place to tell you. They both crewed the Sorcerer for a season or 6. Romaro were like a father to Serafen, or so he's told me. Taught him the mariner's trade. More than that, you'd have to ask him yourself. Were there something else you want?
Slippery as an eel. slippery as an eel.
I'll go on ahead.